I believe we are now live.
Are we live? You know, we always start with that. Like, are we live?
I know, right?
Okay. Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
Okay. Hey. Okay, we're live.
We're live,
We're
totally.
live.
Yeah,
Definitely
absolutely.
All right. Welcome to Redonkulously interviews.
Mhm.
I'm Kevin, the co-founder Martin.
I'm Tanya, the First Lady Fields.
And with Courtney, the Washer Jackson.
Ryan, the executive producer Ross.
LeVar Cool Breeze Queen.
Nigel, the wild card Frazier.
Michaela, the Apprentice Foreman.
James, the hardest working man, Brown, Super Bowl winner.
Lead artist, Ethan Arana D. Oh, still the third.
There you go.
We are
Redonkulous Entertainment.
Okay, so what we got? What's going on?
Okay, so let's church announcements. What do we have? That's what it is. It's the church announcements. Come on now. Shake a hand, shake a hand. First of all, drinking game.
Drinking game. Okay, so this is redonkulous. So let's get redonkulous. Every time I say the word have a drink, have a shot, what you do, we're not judging. And every time Tanya says the word
live.
Every time we have a Tanya says the word, Tanya, the First Lady Phil, say the word live.
Thank you.
Have a drink, have a shot, have some fun if you want. If not, if that's not a cup of tea, then enjoy this interview because we got some exciting people today. Word.
Hold on. Let's also tell the viewers out there on Facebook land exactly what we have coming up this Friday.
Oh, word, this Friday! Oh, snap, word. We got Redonkulous Charlotte's Part 2. So Redonkulous Charlotte's Part 2 is actually we're going to get in depth about what each and every individual member do to help make a combo, can run this business, and it's Redonkulous Black History, so we'll feature Redonkulous Entertainment.
Absolutely. Hashtag Redonkulous Black History.
Hashtag Redonkulous Black History.
Shout out to Courtney Jackson, who was mentioning about the alcohol poisoning about our drinking game, because we care about the health of our consumers.
We do care about the health.
Redonkulous cares. Hashtag Redonkulous cares.
So the governor signed for weed to be legal.
So I heard.
Yeah.
Word.
Oh, yeah.
How about
that? Also, so check out Maven Arrowshot March. I'm so excited about that. Yes. We're going to get into the Maven unit, which means Military Advanced Visual Elite Network, which we'll get more to. We're going to get into the Maven unit. We're going to get into Arrowshot. We're going to get into Wave Swing, Dr. Mind Shot. We're going to get into all that. So if you did not buy the comic book, after March, you will. Buy the book. Josh's sister Queen, we're live.
We are live, rated R for Redonkulous. Word.
Absolutely. Okay, so we have a lot of energy today. I'm feeling good. Yeah. We took a break because it was Tanya, the First Lady Phil's birthday, last Friday, the 19th. Mm-hmm. Also, it was my 2-year-old son's birthday.
Yes, it was. Yes.
So that was cool. My daughter's turning 17 March 4th.
Good grief, yes, she is.
I know. I have a 2-year-old, 17-year-old, and 20-year-old.
Yeah, this is true.
Oh, snap! Ryan,
yeah. That automatically made me hype. Yes, Ryan is on it. Okay.
Here we go. Producer Ross is live.
Word.
Okay. So, Tanya.
Okay.
So, Tanya.
So we have a special guest for you today. They are content creators. They are podcasters. They do a little bit of everything, and they're called the Bitten Apple. Okay, so we met these guys when we did a Comic-Con, the Garden State Comic Fest back in 2018, and Joseph Bruno's on here.
Joseph Bruno,
what's going on? Hey, Big
Jones, Victor Villa Jones.
Yes. Shout out to you guys. But we met the Bitten Apple. They interviewed us. Actually, at the Comic-Con we did a couple of years ago, and we've been really tight with them. We've been friends with them ever since. So we would like to bring them on for you right now so they can discuss some of the projects that they have coming up. So
Troy Polamalu is the best safety of all time.
Thank you.
Everybody talking about Tom Brady's the GOAT. Let's talk about the best safety of all time.
Oh, man.
Nobody want to mention that.
It's football talk, man.
Okay, so the Bitten Apple, we're getting them on live. Here we go. Maven Arrowshot March. I cannot wait.
Yes.
March is gonna be exciting month.
Word.
Okay, here we go. Bitten Apple.
Okay, now.
Hey,
Leslie.
Hey, you guys.
What's up? How are y'all?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Hey guys, what's up?
Let me share this to my page and start a watch party real quick because I want the masses to see this.
Raphael, are you sharing?
Yeah, I already
Yes.
put it on the Bitten apple.
Yes.
Share, comment, like, hashtag comment, like, share.
Thank you. That public service announcement, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, I'll get to all that later. So, okay, so first of all, how's everybody? How's everybody February going? Like History Month and all that?
Everybody doing good, trying to get under the snow.
Yeah, so much snow, so much rain, so much wet weather.
Yes, I am ready for spring and summer already. Like, come on now.
Yeah, I think we're feeling that way only because we got it like all of a sudden. It wasn't like gradual. It wasn't like, December we got snow, in January we got snow. We just got everything in February.
Now, where are you guys exactly located? Are y'all North Jersey?
I'm in Newark.
You're in Newark.
Newark,
Okay.
okay.
I'm in New York.
Okay. Man, I know what that weather's like in New York. So even up in Newark, I understand what that weather's like.
Yeah. It's just,
Yes.
I mean, it's pretty similar, I guess.
I know what that weather's like. Even up in Newark, I like
Sorry, guys.
dude, he's looking from his phone. I'm hearing from his phone. I'm hearing from here. Like,
Okay.
I thought it was me for a minute. I was like, wait a minute.
but yes, Joseph Bruno commented. He said he's done with snow and ice. Vic Jones loves this weather. It is goat season. Of course, you would say that, Victor Jones.
You know what? I kind of agree with Victor. I like this weather within context. I mean, when you ain't gotta move the snow, you ain't gotta plow it, you ain't gotta, shovel it, then I love it. It's really pretty until it gets like really dirty. And then that's when it's like nasty. When the street cleaners come in and they make it all dirty and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've been looking at. It was all that nice black snow all over the place.
Yeah.
Black snow. Hashtag black snow.
There you go.
Shavana said she's ready for summer.
What's up,
I
Shavana?
feel you.
Shavana Morris.
So you guys, tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, how did you guys meet, how did you get started, all of the good stuff.
Ralph, do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
You can go first, Les.
All right. So what we are, the Bitten Apple, is a collective group of individuals who are pretty much geeks who love all kinds of things, that we come together and we give people the ability to go to a con via everything that we do, our programming, if they're unable to make it. And I think that
Adma's coming in right now too, by the way.
Oh,
Cadma
could actually say it better than I can. So ask Cadma.
I just noticed at the last minute, like she was waiting.
Okay, Cadma, tell them what the Bitten Apple is.
Wait, hold on. Before we do that, hi, I never met you. How you doing?
Yes.
Hi. Let's first start off with that before we get into all that.
And I'm Tanya, the First Lady Fields.
And I don't feel like saying everybody's name. I'll say it real quick. Ryan, Ephraim, Nigel, James, Michaela, LeBron, Courtney, and James. We're Redonkulous Entertainment.
Yes.
Hey guys, I'm so glad to be here with you guys.
Nice.
Okay, so for those who don't know, so the Bitten Apple did an interview with us back in some day in Showboat.
2018.
2018.
Mm-hmm.
And
Atlantic
we
City.
just recently did their show, so check that out. That's a really, really cool interview. Got real deep. And so this is actually kind of like a meeting for the first time, in a sense, with the whole of Bitten Apple.
Yes.
And Redonkulous Entertainment. Trust me, they're watching.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the question was, we want to know how everything got started. We want it from the beginning, and we want it now. Go.
Everything got started over at a TikTok diner. Me, Leslie, and Ralph were kind of just talking about, starting our own thing. I was working on another channel, doing other things. Leslie's doing her acting, and we kind of just stopped and was like, I want to do the cool things, like going to conventions, getting to know the artists, the upcoming, new mythology, if you will, that's going to be out very soon. So we started talking about it, and then Leslie had a lot of acting gets to take care of, so she was taking care of that, and then she joined us roughly about a year or year and a half into it. Me and Ralph started going out to conventions and kind of just trying to get our feet wet and kind of figure out how we were going to do it. But it was just literally a group of geeks figuring out, like, how can we get closer to the things that we love.
I love it.
Cool. Leslie?
And essentially that's it. What we did is we we wanted to bring that experience to people that couldn't enjoy it like we were able. Like we were sitting there like, how can we do this? If we can't make a convention, how do we be a part of it? So we give our fans that experience. If you can't make a convention, let's say New York Comic Con, and you're living in St. Louis, Missouri, we give you an idea of what that's like. And then we give you interviews with artists, independent artists, up and coming artists, actors, entertainers, everything. So we provide that experience for people who are just not able to go out and do it just like we are. And we do it from the standpoint of being a geek and a fan. So our questions are not typically what you would see in a classic interview. Our stuff is truly and completely fan-based. We ask stuff and it's very fan-based questions. And we ask, one of the things that we are very proud of, and one of the things that people have said about us as a Bitten Apple TV is that we make people feel comfortable. Mm-hmm. And so people are willing to have a genuine conversation with us because we're not asking them to be a celebrity. We're just asking them to be people and talk about what they do on a regular basis on a job.
Gotcha.
Word.
Ralph?
On top of all that, we also like doing skits. We also, the way the whole network started, because it's supposed to be a network, we were supposed to have different shows that would air. I had my writing show. Kadima ended up doing her show about her life. And there was supposed to be other shows coming in and out. And we've had people come in and do stuff and come out. But it was one of the things that we wanted to do. We wanted to be a network of geeks showcasing everything in geek life. We got kung fu, comics, action movies, you name it, we wanted to do it. As long, anything you can geek out about, we wanted in there. I personally love to write. I'm a geek for writing. And I had a journey in my life where I was like, okay, I've read all these writing books, as you can see in the background here. What am I going to do with this? I realized that in the end, as much as I read all these books, it really didn't give you the tools you needed to actually sit down and write. It told you everything you needed to know, but it didn't give you that last oomph. So I figured, hey, there must be other people out there on this journey to writing that are having the same issue. So why don't I take a journey with you guys and we both become better writers? And that's how my Written Rich show started, especially because I want to tell people, you don't need to be like this amazing writer to write. Anybody can write. The whole thing is if you stick with it and help your ideas come out, then you'll become a better writer.
I love
#writer, #geek.
Thank you. I love how you guys use your collective powers and join
#power.
#power. Yes, because we are live.
Oh, right. Bitten Apple, they don't
explain.
So every time I say the word and every time Tanya says the word
live,
some of our viewers can, if they want, because we're not condoning it, can have a drink. So we'll have a little drinking game while we do this.
Does that count
I'm gonna
interview too?
Huh?
So does that count for the people getting interviewed too?
I hope so. You know what?
Yep.
This is water.
Red Bull. Real life.
But
All right.
I'm thirsty.
So and what is it? It's and what else?
And live.
And live. Okay, good. All right, we got it.
But I love how you guys use your collective superpowers essentially and have combined them together to make this like amazing outlet that you have. That's similar to how we operate in Redonkulous Entertainment. We're a 9-person team. So we all use our collective talents and came together, and there you go.
And successfully at that.
Thank you. Now,
I remember that first interview in Atlantic City. It was a blast, especially we were able to get you all on. It took some work.
Yeah, that was the challenge.
That was back then, I guess that was one of the most nervous interviews I ever did in my life. I have to admit.
Yeah, really?
What? Why?
And I was about to get to that. Maybe you shouldn't drink every time I say
They'll be drunk 5 minutes in.
However, because you guys are cool, so I did more interviews obviously as our
As we went along.
As we went along, yeah. But you guys are cool, right down to earth. But nobody really asked us questions about us. Nobody really cared. So essentially, the Bitten Apple helped us. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You guys made us realize that there are people that care.
Yeah.
There's a whole world of people that care about a group of people getting together to be in comic books. So I respect y'all for that. I started off on respect. We'll get to it yet. And when Leslie said, these people, and you guys are so easy. You guys are so cool. I don't even know where I'm going with this. I just had to get that out.
Courtney,
thank you.
Courtney said the audience
coming from our hearts. It's coming from a real love.
Yeah. Something that you all should.
It really is.
Something you all should know is before we do any type of event or when we get into an event, we actually walk around and we get a sense of who we want to interview. We actually say, oh, I want to interview this person, or I want to interview. We just get a sense. And that's essentially what happened is that day when we were walking around doing interviews, I said, oh, I want to interview them, and we go with our gut instinct.
Wait, she's telling it wrong. We walked by and she saw your booth, got super excited, ran over to us like, did you guys see them? Did you see them? We were like, oh, what booth are you talking about? There was so much love and excitement coming from Leslie. Like, all right, let's go see what these guys are about.
Woo! But there was energy from y'all's table. From y'all's table. That's what it was.
You guys look like you were having fun. You see a lot of people in conventions.
Always.
They're just sitting there going,
they're sitting there, yeah.
Check my book out.
Right.
Yeah.
One of the things that we try to really bring across as part of the Redonkulous brand is our positive energy. And you guys have the same thing going on. So just, real recognizes real. So
yeah, true. That's true. Spirit recognizes spirit. True.
Mm-hmm.
Spirit does recognize real. Yeah, this is good. See, I'm not a good interviewer, I guess. I don't have questions. This is not really like an interview though. This is I'm getting in now.
Oh, yes, you did.
However,
5 times already.
This is not an interview. This is Redonkulous Entertainment, the Bitten Apple, talking live.
Right.
That's all this is right now.
One of the things about our interviews is we don't really have a lot of questions prepared as much. It's just kind of go with the flow. Just, kind of see where it takes you, see where it leads you. So that's how our interviews differ from a lot of other interviews too. So.
That's fantastic. We have a similar flow to that. As Leslie was saying, we'll kind of spot someone that we either vibe with or we think we can kind of pull them out of their shell a little bit, especially if they're a little shy. And then we kind of just give them some generic questions that we can work with, but then after that, it just becomes a conversation. And I think that's what sets our groups kind of in comparison to other groups. Everyone's doing a great job, but people want to feel like they're a part of a conversation, especially when you're watching an interview. I know that they have there are some traditional interviews you see on a TV show where they're trying to get this and this, but it's so structured that you're kind of what to expect by the third question, by the fifth question. When you're doing interviews, that's a real conversation. People are, they feel more engaged. They're well, I feel like I'm there. What's going on? I was going to ask that question.
We've only had one incident where somebody refused to take an interview.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hold on.
It was laughter.
Rap. His laughter just this
We've had
hashtag
one
interview. Hashtag.
And we had one guy who was
okay.
So what happened?
One guy who was terrified of the camera. So in order to make him feel comfortable, we did the shot just showing his hands and showing the work that he's doing and just talking completely off camera. Because we know some people are they freak out. They see the camera, they start to kind of do the gaze, and you're it's okay. Don't look over there. Look over here.
And then the other one was a celebrity who just completely just shut me down.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. And I'm a huge fan, and he completely shut me down. Ironically, what happened is even after that, he asked me what kind of questions I was going to ask him. And I said, I don't prepare questions. I just ask organically. I don't ask anything, and he said, well, just kind of give me an idea of what you want to ask. So I said, well, I know you've been in this, blah, 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 blah. I was trying to ask him from the perspective of an actor, for somebody who consistently keeps himself busy, even up until now, and he's an older age. And he goes, no, I'm not going to do the interview, just like that. So I walked away.
Wait, that's not
So I
funny.
walked away. So I walked away and I came over to Ralph and I said, he just, let's go. He doesn't want to interview. And so Ralph said, well, why don't you just ask him, did you want to take a picture with him? I said, I don't even want to take a picture with him. I said, because he was so rude.
Right.
Ironically, just when he said that, this celebrity came up behind me and goes, how about we take a picture together? And I was like, no, I don't want to, like that. He goes, yeah, let's take a picture together. So he has Ralph take the picture and he actually puts me up real close. And, I was really nice. I was obliging. I smiled and everything. But y'all want to know something was very strange? After that, it was such a bad taste in my mouth. And I was like, it is what they say about him. He is just the strangest person.
He is.
Wow.
Not within a week, my brother posted a picture with this same person. And he's fooling around with the camera with my brother. And apparently my brother knows him.
Oh.
And I said, hey, let me tell you something. This is me and this is you. I said, if he had known that I was your sister, would he have refused my interview? In the same week that happened.
Wow.
What was the answer to the question? Would he have refused?
I doubt it if he had known that was my brother, because he's friends with my brother.
Okay, so this is what we got to do. We got to go on Leslie's private Facebook, guys. We have to see what picture she looks like she's unhappy with. We're going to guess the celebrity. Then we're going to tag you, celebrity. We're going to find you, and we're going to tag you to the interview.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going to happen. We don't this investigation.
Investigators.
Oh, that's a
Hashtag we don't this investigation. Oh, sorry, Ralph. Sorry.
So, all right, private investigators, get your sleuthing out and do it. You can figure it out.
Yeah, see if you can figure it out. See if y'all can figure it out.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's cool. I'm gonna, boy. You
I'm
just
really
wait.
wondering now, like-
Yeah, I'm gonna find what.
They're gonna be going through our Instagram, like, who is it?
Yeah.
This looks like the guy.
Yeah.
You're not gonna know because I actually smiled in the picture. I was smiling, so
She's smiling in the photo. She actually looks really happy.
And then there's smiles. I can tell. I'm like, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna that's a fake smile. That's a smile for the camera.
They're gonna be on Leslie's page, like fake smile, real smile, fake smile, real smile.
Hashtag fake smile.
Sorry.
What?
But say to me,
Hashtag fake smile.
fake smile. Yeah, but I have to tell you, we've had some adventures as a group, and we've done some things, I guess, together that were really unique. That only I could say, that was a moment or experience that we experienced as the Bitten Apple TV. We've gone on a couple of road trips. We've done a lot of interesting things doing this, and had some really fun scenarios that occurred, just it's something that was truly unprovoked, and they just all of a sudden happened, and we got to actually interview somebody that we really thought that we were big fans of. I had like a genuine conversation with them, and actually remained friends with these people, even if it's just via social media. They still remember that interview that we did with them. Yeah. I mean, we've even done a horror film together. We did a horror short together.
Yes, that was a lot of fun. Let me tell you, Leslie is a phenomenal writer. That movie ignore what she said. Listen to what I'm saying. She's a great writer. So we went into this thing called the AT&T film festival. What was really meant to do, we meant to kind of just link up with other filmmakers, and kind of didn't realize we were required to make a film within 24 hours. And I called up, Ralph was with me. I called up Leslie and I'm like, what are we going to do? And she's like, I got this great idea. We put the whole thing together. That's actually up on our YouTube. And we had so much fun just making this creepy horror film. It's actually one of my favorite projects, just because of how she wrote the story. And it's one of those horror stories where you kind of really wonder about the other apartments.
Yeah, so we put that we did it on a $5,000 budget, but in actuality, it was very shoestring, very shoestring. It just so happened that I was living in an apartment complex where the other places in the apartment complex were empty. and we had access to them. So that's how we created this film, because we were like, let's just use this. Yeah, we got lucky.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
That is so cool. Yeah, doing things on a shoestring budget. That sounds very redonkulous.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
No.
We're really organized the plan. Sometimes.
Well, that's
Maybe.
the
I can't lie very well. My face shows everything, so sure, okay.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
We're organized.
Yeah,
Sure.
see,
Yeah.
Right.
We're I was gonna say we really are. We are for Redonkulous.
Yeah, for Redonkulous. And I have to also recommend some of Katma's martial arts videos, which are just amazing.
Ooh.
She's very chi flow. You have to check her out.
So as soon as this interview is over, what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and subscribe to you guys on YouTube. I'm not gonna. This is a fact. And
Actually, if one of you can put your YouTube link and everything in the comments, that'd be great. So for the people who are commenting and who are watching this live, they can see all of that in real time.
You got it? Okay.
I'm on it.
Word. I try, you know, I try.
Good job.
that's a really good idea.
Thank you.
Anya is the greatest promoter in the world. She really is.
Oh,
It's kind of funny because Ralph was very shy about it. He's like, I don't know about this. And I'm like, no, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Now he's taken all over the whole thing. And he's like, wait, we're going to do this. I want the photo here. I want the lighting here. And I'm like, this is why I knew you would be perfect for it. This is exactly why.
I like
What does that sound like?
Yeah. This guy,
Do it here, put it there, do it now.
Yeah, do it now. Yeah.
I'm gonna do it
Ralph,
now.
we
right
found
now.
your doppelganger.
Well, I knew there had to be others like me.
You know what else, Rob? From the vibe I'm getting from you, you have a very Kevin, the co-founder Martin, and lead artist swag. He's very lead artist, very in the shadows.
I don't know. It's probably just the voice.
Really in the shadow. Really in the shadow.
He has a ring light. He's just not putting it on.
There are video chats.
You want me? I'll put the ring light on. It's gonna turn itself off, but I'll put
Okay, the ring light is #ring light.
There are video chats we've done. There you go.
Oh,
Welcome to my Written Rich show.
I love it. There's like video chats that we've done.
Hold on. Say that again. # go, Ralph.
Welcome to my Written Rich show.
That was perfect.
So you guys know, when we're walking around in the convention, he'll walk up behind me and Leslie and be like, in a world in Philadelphia Comic Con. I'm like, what are you doing, Ralph? Like, what is happening here?
I love it.
This is what he does.
I think it's like it because I'll come out of nowhere. I'll be like, in a world where the Bitten apples on Redonkulous, little do they know that everything was about to get freaky. Because it was going to be live and ums the whole time.
So I need you to narrate my life story. That needs to happen. Just saying.
This is too much laughs here. # too many laughs.
Everything's a hashtag. There are video chat, like interviews, like not interviews, but meetings we've done with our lead artists, where he had that same kind of low lighting that you just had, and like the whole like ha 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 ha. You know, but you're very co-founder and lead artist at the same time.
At the same time, yeah.
So I wanted to ask you all this other day. Are y'all gamers? Does anybody game?
Nigel Wildfire Frazier does.
Oh, really? Now, what is
Yeah.
he? What is he game? Like, what is his? Is he
Mortal
like
Kombat.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat fighting game guy.
Oh, goodness! So if he's what did he think about the trailer for Mortal Kombat?
You spoke to him more recently than I did, actually.
We talk about Wanda. I mean, we talk about Maven Arrowshot March.
There you go.
That's what we talk about. Maven Arrowshot March. I don't know. Well, I can talk about the trailer. I know about Mortal Kombat.
Did you see the trailer? Did you see it?
I got HBO Max yesterday. I'm ready to see it.
All right now. Well, what did you think about the trailer, the new trailer for the movie that's coming out in 2022?
Okay, so first of all, Leslie, we're doing the interviewing. Okay, this is our interview. We ask you the questions. Okay.
Don't worry, I do this to my husband all the time too.
Okay, we'll talk about that. How do you feel about the trailer?
Oh shoot, it's dope. That trailer, Look, y'all understand, as a fan of martial arts, as we all are, I will forever love the original Mortal Kombat movie. And I will put it on, even though it wasn't the best quality, it wasn't the best scripted. I still will watch that movie, for the characters and stuff like that. This trailer was so dope. Just Sub-Zero, Scorpion, that fight where, they were fighting and he turned his blood into like a
then he stabbed him. He
get over here.
Yes. And then he hit him to get over here. Oh, wait.
Yes.
I'm being a fanboy. I mean,
so
doing interviews.
I hope that it is everything that trailer was. That's what I hope. I hope it is everything that trailer was, because I'm down for it. I'm down for it. And it's very well casted. There is a really good cast. I mean, who would complain about Mehcad Brooks playing, Cyborg, So, I mean, not Cyborg, but Jax, right. So who would complain about that? Nobody. He looks good. He's all jacked up and everything. I mean, Ralph and I were talking about this on the show the other day. The dude is ripped for this role.
She even put the picture up for the ladies.
Okay, put a picture up for the ladies and stuff. Yep.
You know who I wanted? See, I don't know too many actors, so I keep everything simple. I wanted Luke Cage to be Jax.
Oh, wait a minute. You wanted Luke Cage? You wanted Luke Cage to be Jax or Jax? The person that's playing Jax to be Luke Cage?
No. The person playing Luke Cage to be Jax.
Dude, what's his name?
Dude. Black bald-headed guy. Black bald-headed guy. He's big.
Dude. Yeah.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Dude.
Hashtag dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
Hashtag Luke Cage.
Luke Cage. You know what? Jax doesn't, think about it. Jax doesn't really look like that he was perfect for Luke Cage. He was perfect for Luke Cage.
Oh, yeah,
and
he looks like Luke Cage, man.
Yeah, and I'm really glad that, that Marvel got all of their stuff back from Netflix, because there's a possibility that we're going to be seeing a resurgence of those shows that were on Netflix. I thought Luke Cage ended too quickly. It was getting really good.
Yeah.
So that's Mike Coulter.
There you go, Mike Coulter.
Mike Coulter, yeah.
Yes.
Hashtag Mike Coulter.
Well, there's already a rumor that Charlie Cox has been seen on the set of the new Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Who isn't going to be in the new Spider-Man? Mike.
Yo, but let me tell you, one thing I can say about Netflix's casting. Netflix's casting was perfect when they cast their superheroes. Charlie Cox was Daredevil. Mike Coulter was Luke Cage. Everybody except Iron Fist.
Let's not even go there, please. I get into a whole rant about Iron Fist.
Okay, John Barenthal was the Punisher.
Please don't get me wrong about Iron Fist.
John Barenthal was like oh my God, he was perfect Punisher. Yeah. So they're afraid of what's happening is people are afraid that because it's Disney that they're going to kind of tone it down because it was a little edgy on Netflix. But if it goes over to HBO Max, hey, we can get the same quality. We ain't got nothing to worry about. We can have the same kind of quality that we had before. Just put a Disney, and hey, that's a good marketing plan right there. Put some of those
Disney's
really hard.
Do anything?
You don't think so?
No. Disney runs the world. They don't need HBO.
The mouse will be president one day.
Yeah.
No, HBO. Well, we'll see.
Sam commented.
Oh, you know what? I got this mixed up. I actually got this mixed up. Disney is not going to release it unless they have a hardcore, because I'm getting HBO Max mixed up with Netflix and all that other kind of stuff. Disney may release a more adult type of streaming network for those kind of shows.
That makes more sense. Disney runs the world. They do what they want.
That's a relief.
Yes.
Disney owns everything.
Camera, what's behind you? What's going on there? What's going on behind you?
This is the logo.
So man, these special effects.
Oh boy.
This is just my my backdrop for the Cadma show in general. This is all of my quirky stuff. Zindan, when I did modeling for Nilo, just knocked over Harley Quinn. But yeah, this is all my stuff. Me with my old Sifu, Ryan Higa, Lily Singh, and just random stuff. I'm actually going to be updating it very soon. I just haven't decided what I was going to do with the background just yet.
Gotcha.
Okay, gotcha. I was looking at that, listening, looking.
That's called the Cadma Corner.
I like it. I like it.
Hashtag Cadma Corner.
You hear Cadma could be your new show, the Cadma Corner.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I'll watch it, and I'll follow the hashtag.
Cadma Corner.
We'll get a couch. We'll do everything.
Nice ring to it. Cadma Corner.
Whenever the Cadma Corner come out. That was hard to say. Whenever the Cadma Corner comes out.
Ooh, that was a tough
hashtag all that.
Have a drink if you can say that 3 times fast.
Well, if you do have to drink, you have to say
live.
Live.
Oh, here we go.
There you go. Bottoms up.
See, you don't have enough, Cadma. You're too busy in your corner.
I don't want to walk away.
So now, let me ask you this. Is it in your group, is it just the 3 of you only, or are there other folks to help out with like technical and production and all that stuff?
There's other people involved. We have a talented rap artist. His name is Mike Wilson, but he goes by the name of the real Mike Wilson. We have also someone who's also a very talented director. His name is Daniel Beef. We also have my Kung Fu brother. So he's getting more into acting. He likes doing stunts and he loves doing the martial arts. Me and him are actually going to be in a film together later this year, as soon as we figure out this COVID thing kind of going.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's another person that's part of the team. Yeah, that's how I'm going to describe it, because I kind of just want it over there.
You know,
oh boy, you don't got him start with his hand. Oh man.
But we bring different people. We used to have a belly dancer that was on the show, but she had to take a break from the show. Her name was Amira. And I told her, whenever you're ready to come back, you can come back whenever you want. So we're like really growing. We also have Nat. He's also he initially started as our intern. So as a joke, even though he's graduated college now, we kind of refer to him like still as the intern. He helped us out with
Hashtag intern.
He helped us out with a lot of the editing, because between working and me doing like 1,000 things, Ralph's doing 1,000 things. He was also the youngest one of the bunch. So we're like, hey, you don't have, like, can you do this? Can you help us out here with that? You're the youngest. And then sometimes we'll also do combinations with It Came From The Radio with Mark Torres and Sal. Yeah, and they've been us to work with. Yeah. So whenever someone has like an idea, we'll kind of sit down and just figure out, well, who do we need for this project? Because we're taking everyone's personal lives like into account. So we're like, all right, you want to do this? How long is this? Is this a skit? Is this a short film? Are we just doing something that's just like for a music video? Like, I love Jessie Reyes. I love her songs. They're very, I guess, very gritty. It has like a hip hop grunge kind of feel, and I love what she puts out. Like her most recent song is Ankles, and I did this one song called Shutter Island. And anytime I listen to the song, it reminded me of Harley Quinn. And for no random reason, I was like, I want to do a music video to this song, and I'm going to be Harley Quinn. And that was the whole thing. And we kind of just grabbed a few people just to kind of put it together. So we have kind of like a large group, but we're also trying to be accommodating to like everyone's schedule. But the main 3 will just primarily be the 3 of us kind of going, hey, what kind of kooky stuff you guys want to do? Like, I want to do a horror film. All right, let's do it. Let's kill people. Let's do it.
That sounds so much like how our process is. Just kind of throw the idea out there and okay, let's do it.
You know what? When we had that interview
in 2018.
No,
or you mean the one recently? Last Saturday.
Last Saturday.
Yeah.
I can't keep up with dates. I'm terrible. I'm starting to understand what you said to me now a little bit more. You said that you got to be open to work with more people.
Yeah. It really does help a lot, because sometimes truth is life can get in the way. Sometimes some people are working really hard, you know, they got their personal lives to attend to, and then you have auditions that you're trying to do. You know, Ralph is working on his books, and I'm a writer as well, like the other two. And when you start to write, like you get so like sucked into the world that you're creating. So it does help when you can turn to someone and kind of just go, hey, can you do this? Can you create that? Can you help us with this? And that little bit of help, no matter how small or big the help is, it's tremendous on so many massive levels. Yes, I'm very female, so I talk a lot with my hands.
No. I'm not. Believe it or not, I'm not mocking you.
He talks a lot with his hands too.
I'm doing what I do. Yeah, it's cool.
She was very quick to say that, like. But yeah, and I think that's the beautiful part that I love about my team. And then when my Kung Fu brother started to join, he's like, I like what you're doing. Can we do a Kung Fu? And I was like, sure. He's like, can we fight? And I'm like, of course. I like fighting with you in the dojo. Let's do this. Like,
nice.
So like we're coming up with he's working on his script. He's a little shy about his writing, so he's actually talking to Ralph like, what do you think of my stuff, sensei? Like, that's how he treats Ralph with his writing. He like looks to him like, Yoda master, what do you tell me? But yeah, it's been amazing, and I like adding new people. I did interview one girl. Unfortunately, she couldn't like join the team, but she did say she wanted to keep in contact. And I'm open to just kind of like letting people kind of just dip in, and you want to try it out, see if it's your thing. Maybe it's not your thing. As long as we're all having fun. And the truth is, at the end of the day, if we end up inspiring people to do their own thing or like grow, I'm actually really happy with what we've done. Another person that that we've had like a part of the team from the beginning is Natty. We actually interviewed her not too long ago, and she's just this like mind-blowing like dictator, Charlie Chaplin kind of like writer when it comes to herself. Like when I watch what she's created, I'm usually sitting there like in tears, like I know I came here with napkins. Like, why did you write that? Like, it's so super intense. And Natty used to come out with us to a couple of the interviews, and she would kind of go, let's do this, let's try that. And then she would just go, okay, I'm gonna go do another project. We're like, all right, cool, thank you for the help. And then we kind of just go on about our merry business. I think that's the beautiful part about Bitten Apple. Everyone can kind of just jump in. You don't feel pressure to like, am I contracted here? Which, you know, as an artist, that can be very stressful. Like, no, you're not contracted, but if you want to try something, bring it. Let's see what happens.
Very collaborative process.
Hashtag bring it.
Yes.
Very artist-like. Like, what do you want to do? You want to do something? Let's do it.
Word. Nice. So now let me ask you this also, because I know you guys are usually always the ones doing the interview and, you know, asking all the tough questions and things. How does it feel for you guys to be the ones being interviewed?
That was a good question.
He's like, wow.
Wow. I don't have questions. I have none.
That just came off the top of my head. So.
It's actually funny that you bring that up. One of the projects that I did was Nilo, great guy, and I was actually interviewed by Leslie, and I was so nervous because like I'm so impressed with like how Leslie does her interviews, because she'd be coming up with questions that I'm like, that's good. Like I gotta write that one down for the next one. Like, I gotta try that. So
she does. Yes, she does.
So Ralph had her interview me, and I can't even begin to tell you how nervous I was. I was like, oh God, do I look stupid? Did I say that? Was that a dumb answer? How did that come out? And she's looking at me like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm just nervous. Do I look okay? Like, but interviewing with you guys, it feels comfortable. It's a lot of fun. This feels like a conversation. You guys, I feel like I've known you guys for like the last 20 years. Like, yeah, we go way back, like middle school.
Yeah.
Ralph,
around the corner from me. Yeah.
Ralph.
It's funny because I tend to be the more behind the scenes guy. I tend to be the guy behind the camera. I tend to be the guy taking care of guests, trying to get them onto the show. I every time I'm on the camera, even when it's for the show, I feel like, what the freak am I doing over here?
We say fuck around here.
As much as I have the voice.
Oh, wait, should I say fuck?
It's okay.
As much as I have the voice, I was raised with broadcasting. I have a degree in broadcasting, so my whole field is radio. You know, so this whole on the camera thing, as much as I studied for it, it's always a little strange for me, a little surreal. And when I'm answering questions, I'm like, oh, this is what we're doing. Okay. And I guess, you know, I've always been able to talk, so I can talk and I can talk my way out of anything. that's how I got
Hashtag
help.
Leslie, listen.
It was clearly said in there.
Yeah. So, talking to you all is like water, like Bruce Lee would say, because it's very family, and that's exactly how I felt when I first came and approached you all and had an interview. It was very just an easy exchange. So this isn't really like an interview in it per se. It's just us, talking about certain things and reminiscing about certain, incidents and stories and stuff like that. So very relaxed, very relaxed.
So a meeting of the minds, so to speak,
Definitely. A meeting of family, a family reunion.
Word.
Right.
Absolutely.
But we're just live. Drink.
We are live.
Oh boy, you said live this time.
I'm about to hit you with the hard hitting questions.
Okay,
it's time to get hard.
What will the co-founder say?
Hashtag get hard. Maybe don't hashtag it. Not hashtag. Okay, so where and when? What date did you guys all meet? Like, how long has this been a thing? I guess is the question.
Oof.
We met up around in 2015 because I incorporated the company on September 18, 2015. So I know that for a fact. So we had that conversation like just right before maybe that summer, kind of just talking around, because the conversation was there a little bit beforehand, because Leslie was working on this amazing project with one of her actress friends, phenomenal actress, and we were kind of she was looking for people to help her out with those projects, and that's kind of what also brought everything together. So we had that talk around 2015, in the beginning of 2015. I do remember it was a nice, decent weather day. It was not cold.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
You didn't expect me to know the date, did you?
I like it. She had the exact date.
No, I wanted. That was the answer to the question. Yeah, no. Okay, that was my hard hitting question.
Leslie, what was the project you were working on?
The co-founder has spoken.
Yeah, Leslie, tell me about your project.
So the project that I was working on, and it's kind of been on hiatus, but I definitely need to kick it up, is I had a friendship with, I think it lasted, we were friends for 18 years, with a woman by the name of Greta Thyssen. And Greta and I met in acting school years ago at Gene Franco Theater. Greta is a 1950s blonde bombshell actress who actually was the last femme fatale that you see in all the Three Stooges shows. So her claim to fame is that she was one of the last femme fatales of Three Stooges. However, she's been in some very, I would say, B 1950s style movies that have become classics, like Journey to the Seventh Planet, Terror Was a Man. She was also on TV shows like the Perry Mason Show. This is all classic television shows. So she passed away 3 years ago. The whole project that I'm doing is recounting how we met each other, the unique friendship that we have, because she's from Denmark, and how strange it is that some Black girl from Ferguson, Florissant, Missouri is best friends with a woman who is from Denmark, who was Miss Denmark 1955, who was this blonde bombshell actress. And I had no clue that she was this famous person when we met each other. She never told me that information. It was like, it was sometime afterwards that I found out who she was. And one of her biggest claims to fame is that she also had an affair with Cary Grant. And so a lot of this is me recounting some of the stories that she told me and filling me in on some of the things that happened to her while she was an actress in the 50s in Hollywood.
I know she must have had a lot of stories to tell.
She has some amazingly juicy stories.
I'm sure.
Yeah, and she was very dramatic. I would imitate her all the time, but she would call me up on the phone when she was, she just wanted to talk, girlfriend talk or whatever. But she would call me up and she goes, Leslie, darling, I'm so desperately lonely. I'm so desperately lonely. That's her talking on the phone.
Snap.
Yeah.
I don't know what
imitating
met
her.
her. That's my type of person.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yes, darling.
But
Tell me how lonely you are, darling.
Yeah, she was fierce, and she was still beautiful even in her old age. Beautiful enough that people would still look at her walking down the street in Manhattan, and that men still chased her, and younger men still chased her even in her old age.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when is this coming out, or what's the dates? What are we looking like?
So we were filming just the beginning of it. They were just doing like an interview with me, and we had not found a director. So I did find a director, and unfortunately my director got very, very sick. And she's recuperating right now. I don't even know if she still wants to do the project because she's been trying to recover. We may bring in an assistant director to forward things along. The problem is when you're doing this kind of a movie, there's a lot of research, which means that we're going to actually have to go to Hollywood to do some of this research. But there are plenty of pictures of my friend on the internet right now where you can find maybe little tidbit stories about her, but she was literally a blonde bombshell actress. I think her measurements were like 42, 30, 20, 24, 36. I mean, she was, very
robust.
But she was very robust. But gorgeous.
Hashtag robust women. Wait, don't hashtag that. Do not hashtag.
You're the only person I know.
Hashtag
robust, like the last glue sauce or something.
Hashtag blonde bombshell.
There we go. Hashtag blonde bombshell.
She was actually Marilyn Monroe's stand-in for the movie Bus Stop. And she's in that whole genre with Jane Mansfield, Marilyn Monroe, Amy Van Doren, I can't remember her name, Mamie Van Doren, all of those people back in those days.
That's your day too.
Yes, I'm an old movie buff. So you're speaking my language. You mentioned Cary Grant.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite actors. So
Isn't that one of your favorite actors?
Cary Grant, Jimmy Stewart, and Jimmy Cagney are my favorite, top three.
All great actors.
Yeah, very good actors. Yeah.
I make comic books. I don't know. I make comic books. I like The Rock. The Rock's good.
Okay, yeah.
I guess I'm not big in actors, really.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I make comic books.
Yeah.
There's some very good
There's nothing
movies
wrong with that. We all do.
Yeah, we all like comic books. We can like old movies and comic books at the same time.
Word.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I like movies. I like movies.
You're a movie guy.
Baby's gotta go like choo 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 choo.
He's a very Michael Bay action.
Action movies.
Explosions and things.
So what's the best,
blow up all the time.
What's the best action movie you have ever seen?
Well, damn, that's a good question.
I know.
I love his laugh.
Right off the bat, I would say Bad Boys 2 and Infinity War.
Those are your top two?
Right off the bat, and so
all time.
Yeah, Bad Boys 2, Infinity War, and Leslie, we're doing an interview, sir.
I'm waiting for that.
Die Hard. Hashtag Die Hard.
That's mine right there, essentially.
Shavonna, good looking. Yeah, Die Hard. Hashtag Die Hard.
Word.
We're doing an interview. Like, I'm thinking.
She puts those questions on that make you go,
Yeah,
things that make you go,
wait a minute. I don't know. I didn't know we was going to talk about action movies today.
Hey, this is Redonkulous interviews. We can talk. The floor's open for anything.
And this is the Bitten Apple. You guys, listen, man, you guys are really cool, man.
Thank you. Likewise.
I don't, so people say I'm not politically correct. I don't know the polite way to say you're cool. I don't have none of that BS with me. You guys are just a good time. You really are. At first I was kind of nervous, like, oh man, these guys might be like, I'm a robot. We're the Bitten Apple. I was all kind of.
There's that one guy in Chappelle's show in every skit who's always doing that. The whole going the robot.
Yes. I know that guy.
This is cool. Leslie, we're doing an interview.
Okay. But I only asked that question because it stimulates conversation.
Yes,
It does. It stimulates conversation. And if we were sitting across the table together, like at a diner, I would ask you the same thing.
She would.
I'll probably be worse than it's let me Google my favorite movies.
Right. Do you like the John Wick movies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like all Keanu Reeves movies.
Yeah.
What?
Well.
Whoa.
I like all of his action.
You like all his what, Cadma?
All of his action. Bill and Ted is awesome. The action, all that stuff is cool. But like Lake House.
Yeah.
That was
that's not a movie
very
I would look
awkward
at.
crying scene. I'm like, Keanu, I love you. What happened?
Did he say what in the movie?
Or whoa?
What or whoa? If he said what or whoa, I'm happy.
No, this is a full-on love story.
It's a love story.
And it was like a weird scene where he's supposed to be crying, and it was so awkward watching it because it's Keanu, and I'm like, I'm gonna go see it. Whatever, I'm gonna go watch it. And they, you can tell they just cut the scene. They just kind of cut the scene while he's crying, and it's just like, okay, what just happened?
Or like when he lost his accent.
Why did she leave? What?
Whoa. Or like when
what was that, Leslie?
Accent. He lost his accent in Dracula. Halfway through the film, he lost his accent.
He was a dragon. I like that movie. My mom took me to see that movie.
Oh, I love that movie too.
Still love him.
I love him. I love him too. I love that movie. That's like one of my favorite Dracula films, but he loses his accent, and you can know exactly when he loses his accent in the film. And it was just like they were like, just forget it. Just do it. We got to film this movie. So
just keep going.
He assimilated to the culture. He didn't lose the accent. He assimilated.
At least he had an accent somewhere in it, unlike Kevin Costner in Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
He was the Robin Hood from like America.
So since we're on the topic of movies, what would you say each of you guys answer what your favorite movies of all time are?
All-time favorite movies, The Red Balloon. That's my top film, Red Balloon and Mommy Dearest.
Okay.
And The Dictator with Charlie Chaplin.
Mommy
The Red
Dearest.
Balloon, French movie. I love it. I fell in love with it when I was a kid. Mommy Dearest, and then of course The Dictator, but Charlie Chaplin now.
Huh.
That's the one that I like. Don't get me wrong, I like The Dictator. That was funny, but that's not like doesn't have my heart in comparison to the other.
Gotcha.
Does it have to be a genre or just any
No,
favorite
just
film?
any of all time.
Go ahead, Ralph.
Oh,
they stumped Leslie this time.
I just am a big fan.
You know what time that means? It's time to say
Hi.
We stomped her.
Woo!
Boy, that's some good water. It really is water.
It's not a commercial. That's good water.
#water.
Yes.
You really like your water. It's Redonkulous water because it's good cold water.
Okay, so that is going.
That's actually we're working in the process of that.
Yes.
You know what? Just go ahead and do that. #Redonkulous water.
Word.
You heard it here first. Yes, Redonkulous Entertainment will have water.
You heard
August
the
on our boat
Redonkulous
ride,
water.
we'll
It will quench your thirst.
Redonkulous, H2O.
So, what's your favorite movie, Ralph?
I am a big Princess Bride fan. I love fantasy movies. You know, I am Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Prepare to die.
He really can say that repeatedly. He really can.
I loved that. I loved Lord of the Rings. It was a fantastic remake of a book, or a good version of what a book movie should be.
Yeah.
You know, they actually did a good job in making a movie from the book instead of like what they usually do, where they make the movie from the book, but it has nothing to do with the book.
Right.
And I would have to say, if we're gonna go with action movies, I still love Die Hard. Die Hard is an amazing movie, and it's one of the movies that I use to tell people that certain movies have to be seen in the theater. As many times as I've seen it on TV or on television, it doesn't meet up to when I saw it in the theater with the big, huge explosions. It was just beautiful.
My mother took me to see that when I was like 7. I probably shouldn't have went to go see Die Hard at 7 years old, but okay, whatever. Who cares? Sure.
Don't
Leslie?
feel bad. I was watching horror movies at that age, and we used to watch it as a comedy. Like my mom was just like, "You want to watch Chucky?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, let's watch it." So Die Hard, not that bad.
Right.
That's how my mom was too. You want to go see Freddy Krueger? Yes, I do. I can't. Why did you take me here?
I come from a horror family, so like watching it for like whatever reason in the middle of the summer, that was just normal for us. So usually you'll catch me watching horror movies. Like, let's see what happens today. Leslie, are we ready? Or
Okay, here we go.
Time?
This is very difficult. This is very difficult for me because I can't really pinpoint favorites, but this is what came to mind. My favorite horror film of all time has got to be the original Fright Night. My favorite foreign film has to be the original La Belle et la Bête, which is the 1940-something version of Beauty and the Beast. And it's really exceptionally good, you all, for that time frame, for that time period. The fact that they made all of those special effects and they didn't have the kind of budgets we have today is phenomenal. To the point that they are now integrated in all of the Beauty and the Beast movies that you all see. That one original movie created all of that lore. And as action films go, I would say my favorite action film of all time would have to be
John Wick. Okay, go ahead.
I love John Wick. I would say my favorite action film of all time back. It has to be something from the past, and I think it would have to be something from the 60s, and that is the French Connection.
I didn't see you guys sipping when she said
maybe
that.
That's the French Connection. That's a good, the French Connection.
Answer that again, Leslie? Say it again. I didn't hear your answer.
The French Connection.
Ooh.
Okay.
Gene Hackman.
Yeah,
right?
Gene Hackman. Yes, that's a good
Come
movie.
on, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Hey, what's your favorite movie?
I was going to ask you the same question. It's going to sound cheesy, but I'm going to say it. Whatever.
Oh wait, I want to change that. It's Gloria. Okay. It's Gloria. Yes, that's my favorite action film.
Well, I like the first one better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Gloria is just as good, but it's basically the same. But Gloria is a woman who actually is the action star, and then I love that movie.
I don't know. I've heard of it, but I never saw it though. Yeah,
it's very good. It's very good. I recommend it.
But my favorite movie of all time is going to sound cheesy, but I'm just going to say it: Rocky IV. Anyone who knows me knows just how big of a Rocky fan I am. Specifically, Rocky IV. Everything good and cheesy about the 80s is contained in that one movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the Russian Cold War and everything, and James Brown. There was a whole music video in the middle of that street fight. I can go on. No,
but Dolph Lundgren.
In there, like, come on.
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren was good in that.
Really like Rocky IV?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, IV. All right. In my favorite movie of all time, well, this is easy. It's The Lion King, the original one.
Yeah,
good choice.
Yeah, I love that movie. It's the #1 movie of all time. And Bad Boys 2. I really like Bad Boys 2.
Bad Boys 2.
It's just a lot of everything I like. A whole lot of explosions and
whole lot.
It's just that it's hard to do that because there are so many movies that are just, based on how you feel given a day. It's hard to pinpoint what is your favorite, because tomorrow, if you all ask me, I might tell you something different.
Right.
I have to agree with her.
Yeah,
I feel like it changes every day. There's times where I'm thinking about certain movies and they're going to be stuck in my mind. Even right now, as we're walking away from what I said, I'm thinking, hey, Singing in the Rain.
I love Singing in the Rain.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites.
He does sing the songs from there like randomly for no reason.
Oh, snap.
And I want to recommend a very good foreign martial arts film called Onmyoji, which is the Yin Yang Master, which is really good. And it's horror, action, and a great storyline all together. It's called Onmyoji. They actually did have it on Netflix right now, the Yin Yang Master. They have the Chinese version, but I'm talking about the Japanese version. The Japanese version, which is really good.
Okay, so hashtag spell that. How do you spell that?
Onmyoji? Onmyoji is spelled Onmy.
Something like that, yep.
O-J-I. Onmyoji.
Y-O-J-I.
Onmyoji. Yes, Onmyoji.
Hashtag that, yep.
Mm-hmm. He's like, that thing, hashtag
it.
Yeah.
Boom, it's been hashtagged.
Just like that. We create new hashtags on this show every time, so
I love it.
So let me ask you this. As far as like name some celebrities that you've met doing different Comic-Cons.
Yo,
Oh boy.
all right.
Oh,
man, questions. Dang.
So one of my favorite celebrities, but we weren't doing, I didn't get the chance to actually interview them because I was so emotional just meeting them that doing the interview, that wasn't going to happen. So I was sleeping and Ralph was doing something when he came from the radio and he texts me, hey, by the way, Barbara Eden's here. And I read the text message. I went from pajamas to clothes and was within like an hour, 45 minutes away from Ralph. I'm like, he's like, hey, did you get my text? And I'm like, yeah, I'm in the area. Barbara Eden's here? Like, where is she? And he's like, holy crap. Like, I thought you were sleeping. And I'm like, I woke up for the genie. Like, I'm here. For me, like just going to the cons, that was probably like my favorite, like celebrity, interview. Like I was all emotional. I got the bottle and everything, and I'm just sitting there like taking pictures with her. Like, I love you so much. Like, I can't talk. Ralph's like, calm down. You're never this emotional. And then my second one was Henry Winkler, which Ralph doesn't let me live down.
I love the story. Say it again.
So,
oh man, hold on. I think this is gonna be rated R right here for Redonkulous.
Well, I was so excited to meet Henry Winkler, and Ralph's like, "Go talk to him," and I'm like, "No, like I have the autograph. Like I don't want to go over there. I don't want to bother him. Like it's the funds. Like I'm not going over there." And he just looks at me. He's like, and he walks away. He goes over to him. I'm trying to hide behind literally just air. Like, oh God, he's gonna see me. Like if I just hide behind the poster, he just won't see me. And Henry Winkler looks up, he does the nod, he goes, and without even thinking, I have never done this a day in my life. I just stopped what I was doing. I'm like, yes, funds? Like, what do you need? Like, I just walked right over there. And he gave me some like very heartwarming like acting advice, but I think those would be my two favorite celebrities. And then maybe my third one would be Bailing, because Bailing is so much fun. She's a lot of fun. Ralph? Leslie,
you can take him first.
As I say,
he's like,
Ralph always goes for second. Let's switch it up.
So this had to be at the Philly Con, Philadelphia Con, and at the New Jersey Horror Con. The two people that I could not wait to interview was Kelly Jo Minter and Brandon Quinton Adams. Brandon Quinton Adams played Fool in People Under the Stairs, and Kelly Jo Minter she also was in People Under the Stairs, but she was the first Black actress that you saw in horror films in the 80s, and I could not wait to interview them. So I was excited to interview both of them. Brandon, because at the time my mom was really sick. My mother had just got diagnosed with cancer, and my mother does not like.
I'm wearing pink for cancer, by the way. Breast cancer awareness and all cancer.
Breast cancer awareness, all kinds of cancer. Purple for pancreatic cancer.
Yes.
And my mother does not like horror films, but she loved People Under the Stairs. And just me interviewing him and letting my mother see that just brought her so much joy. So that was really exciting to me to meet them. And also Ken Sajos, who played in Nightmare on Elm Street of the Dream Warriors. He was the only Black guy that survived in the Dream Warriors, if you all remember that. So to meet all of these Black actors who were in horror films in the 80s, when that was traditionally not what you saw in the 80s as far as Scream Kings and King Queens, I was excited about that. And then when we went to PhillyCon, I met Brandon, Nicholas Brandon, who played Xander on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which I was a big fan of that. And also Brent Spiner and Jonathan Frakes from Star Wars, Star Trek.
Star Trek, nice.
Star Trek. So to meet them literally, and y'all, and they can attest to this. I was in tears.
And
really
nervous.
Jonathan Frakes just took me in and hugged me like we were friends. We had like a little conversation and everything. Y'all don't know, that just made my millennium, meeting anybody from Star Trek, because I have been a fan of anything that has to do with sci-fi, but in particular, my introduction to anything came from Star Trek when it came to sci-fi.
Same.
I was about to say that's
Same.
something too. Yeah.
Yeah. I met Nichelle Nichols at Blizzard World some years back, and just, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so I got wow.
Yeah. But those are my big, celebrity meeting somebody. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody else that I'm missing, but those are the ones that come to mind.
Yeah, and you got to watch her interview with the people under the stairs. You have to watch her interview. People are still coming back and commenting and rewatching her video. It's a really great interview that she did with them.
Nice.
I'm gonna do some YouTube tonight. you guys are gonna know that I watched. Trust me.
Oh, and we did do an interview. Kath and I did an interview with Kel.
Oh, Keenan, yeah.
Kel Mitchell.
Really?
Kel Mitchell.
Yeah,
That was so much
excellent
fun.
interview. Excellent interview. Yeah,
that
very
was
nice.
a lot of fun. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, man, an hour, you are up. It is main event at WrestleMania time.
Right.
Me. Well, it's funny because I all my life I loved cartoons. As you can tell, I love messing around with my voice. And the one thing I've always wanted to really get into is voice acting. So I ended up meeting Phil Lamar, and he is such a nice guy. He is amazing. I love the fact that he does so many voices.
Yes.
He's static. He's just
everybody.
amazing. He's like one of those moments I was like, oh, and I don't usually get like that because I'm the guy behind the scenes, so I'm supposed to talk to certain people and not get all flustered. And I have to say him, and then I met Paulson and LaMarche, Pinky and the Brain, and they were a blast. It was so much fun. They actually gave me pointers on my voice acting. It was an amazing experience. I find that they are such nice people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Griffin.
Between Phil Lamar and like Cree Summer, they did everybody's voices just on every show pretty much. It's
funny.
ridiculous.
We almost interviewed Cree at BoroCon. There you go. But she had to leave, so we didn't get a chance to.
No, but we did get Gray.
We got Gray Griffin.
Okay.
That was great. It's one of our best interviews.
Nice.
And she does so many voices. She's amazing.
So all these interviews are on your YouTube, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything's on the YouTube. Yes.
On the YouTube. Hashtag the YouTube.
Hashtag the
Not
YouTube.
YouTube.
So one last question for you guys. What is Bitten Apple's future goals going forward?
The future goals is to
Yeah,
really make it a
yeah.
conglomeration of an actual network. Yes, we're utilizing the YouTube platform, but the overall goal is to create a real network where you can go, man, I really love watching the Written Red. I want to come watch this. Or, hey, I want to watch Leslie Fry's Sister Slaya, play some video games, or she's doing her show. You want to be able to go in and log in and go, that's the show that I want to watch. Or you want to maybe just watch, oh, I love that film that they wrote. I love Apartment, I want people to kind of go Bitten Apple TV and see it as a true TV network. So the goal is to kind of start adding in more material, especially now that we have a little bit more writers kind of like throwing ideas around, especially with my Kung Fu brother Ryan, because he has like 1,000 ideas. I didn't even realize he had that many ideas, and I'm like, bring it on. We just started getting more. We started getting more of that, unfortunately, like right before COVID, and we're like, oh, we can't film. Okay, we're gonna figure this out. But yeah, we want to add more of that. We have the Apple Bison, and I'm not sure if you guys have seen that Ralph and Leslie do an amazing job. Sometimes Ralph will do a sideshow with one of the people that we've interviewed before, Shadow Rabbit, and he'll be a guest host on there. And
cool
it is,
Apple
right?
Bites is us bringing, I guess, the virtual aspect of cons that we can't do now. So we're kind of just grabbing people and kind of just doing what you're doing here with the Zoom and going, hey, we're going to talk to you and get people to know about your stuff. So that part's always going to be the core, but we want to do skits, we want to do short films, and I also want to do more shows. Like if someone joins on, they're super girly and they want to talk about fashion, go ahead. I won't be able to have that conversation with them, but I trust them to do what they want to do.
Gotcha.
Nice. So I want you to give the people all of your social media links where they can find you online, all of that fun stuff.
Everything is under Bitten Apple TV. You type in the Bitten Apple or Bitten Apple TV, everything comes up. I know because I actually stalk the company and I will Google myself to make sure everything comes up.
I'm that person too. Yeah.
For me, for my acting, and then for the martial arts stuff that I do, you'll find everything under Cadma, and that's CADMA. Same thing for my TikTok.
Right behind you.
Yeah, but I don't know if with the camera if that's gonna help. Like, can you? Is it backwards because I don't have my glasses on? And I'm about to squint at the screen and pretend I can see it.
Cadma.
Yeah, I see it.
But yeah, everything I do is under Cadma right now. I'm also doing more stuff on TikTok, so you'll find me underneath Cadmania. But if you look up Cadma, there's no way you can't miss me. And then hopefully some books too as well. So some more books.
Guys, other guys.
You want to go, Leslie?
Also, catch me on the Bitten Apple TV. Ralph and I are doing Apple Bites every Saturday at 1:00. I also have a production company called Cliff Dive Productions where we do, now it's going to be moving to Thursday night, a Thursday night show where we talk about the supernatural, the paranormal.
The Tingling Tea.
And yeah, it's called the Tingling Tea, all the strange things. I have
#Tingly Tea.
The Tingling Tea, the Tingling Tea, yes. I also do a show on Saturdays with my dad called Into the Fry Zone. And
wow, that's a cool name.
Cool.
Wait, hold on. I know we're supposed to go forward. Into the Fry Zone. Wait, name caught me. I want to see it. It's over.
Yeah.
Friday's my TV watching day anyway.
That's a Saturday. That actually is on Saturday that we do that. And that's
I'm about to watch it too.
That's like 5 o'clock. Yeah. But it's just me and my father. My father was a singer in a very successful singing group in the 1970s. So what we do is we talk about music, we talk about culture from the 1970s. We have guests on the show. And then I always give him like an introduction to K-pop music, which is like my new thing now. So I always put on some kind of K-pop video for him to critique. Then also I'm forgetting something. You can catch
This Week in Pop Culture.
You can do This Week in Pop Culture on Sunday nights where I'm with Evolution Comics. We talk about everything that has come out in the week regarding pop culture. And that's like discussing WandaVision, discussing everything with DC, Marvel, and just anything in the news, wrestling. And also you can find me on IMDb under Leslie Fry. I just shot something 2 weeks ago that will be coming out soon. I can kind of keep you all posted about that. And
keep us posted on everything all the time.
Yeah, I'll definitely keep you posted on that.
Everything
so
all the time.
So you can watch it when it does hit the air. And you can also find me on my Wix page, Les Fry, which is all of my background, my biography and stuff like that as an actor.
Nice. Very cool.
Okay, Ralph, you're up.
Oh, one more thing. You can catch me on Twitch or any platform gaming under the alias or under my tag or my gamer tag name, Sister Slayer.
I love that name, man.
Hashtag Sister Slayer.
Hashtag Sister Slayer. I love that name.
Hashtag that twice.
Yeah.
Well, I am Bitten Apple
today.
And if you are on Bitten Apple, you'll run into me sooner or later. So if you go to Bitten Apple TV, you will find me wherever it is, whether it's the YouTube, the Facebook, wherever you are with Bitten Apple TV, you will be talking to me or one of them, but usually me.
Notice how he
of course, you
quickly
can
put
check out the
himself
Written
back into
Writ,
the
which is my
shadows.
personal page, and our show, The Written Writ, which I usually do sometimes with Shadow Rabbit in my Shadow edition. And we talk about writing and we talk about creating and all that beautiful stuff that comes with the beautiful brain of creation.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool. That's actually a big deal.
It is.
Creating is hard.
Yeah, ain't no lie. So, do you guys have any words of wisdom, anything that you'd like to let our viewers watching know, to kind of any like closing remarks?
Any closing remarks?
In conclusion?
Yeah, just get bitten.
Just get bitten.
That's
bitten.
our hashtag.
Take a bite out of the apple before we take a bite out of you.
Yo, that's dope.
Leslie, before I go and before we give the credits to everybody, so I told you we had a special interview for you, and the reason why it's particular, I told the whole group this, you, is because you're the only one that I personally engaged with over the 2 times we met. Like, I knew of everybody else, but this is the first time I engaged. So anyway, long story short, you said a long time ago, 2018, that you wanted a Redonkulous shirt, and we got it for you. So when we go off live, Tanya will talk to you, we'll get everything, and we're going to send it out right to you.
Yes.
I'm so excited. Thank you.
You wanted that
Yes.
shirt for a while.
No,
Okay,
oh my
well, you know what, we got one
goodness.
for you. You know what, we got one for the whole band apple. So new plan. The whole band apple has one.
Thank you all. Oh my gosh, that's the bomb. Dope.
So yeah, when we done being live, we'll get all that. So that was it today, right?
Yeah.
This was cool, guys. You know what? Let's do this again.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Definitely. It's been a
This was
blast.
so much fun. So really quick for you guys who are watching, we just got done interviewing with the Bitten Apple TV. So really quick, should we give our shout outs?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So shout out to Courtney the Watcher Jackson.
Yeah, well, you say you watching.
Yeah.
James Harden's working man Brown. He's a Tampa Bay fan, so congratulations on winning the Super Bowl.
Word. Shout out to Ryan, the executive producer Ross.
Executive producer. Oh, wait, the cameras. Executive producer Ross. Michaela, the Prince Norman.
Shout out to Ephraim, the lead artist Arana.
And shout out to my brother from another mother, LeVar Kubri's Queen.
And shout out to Nigel the Wild Card Frazier.
And if you combine all 9 of them, you get Redonkulous Entertainment.
Wait, that's 7. We make 2.
Oh shit! I mean, oh snap!
What's your name? What's your name?
Right, you know.
Tell people.
Hold on, I gotta go on the train. I gotta make sure I say everybody names so much. I forget to say my own name. I'm Kevin, the co-founder, Martin.
You are totally redonkulous, man. Totally.
All right, I'm Kevin, the co-founder. Hashtag Kevin. You know what? No. Hashtag Kevin, the co-founder, Martin. Thanks for real. And all 9 of us, because I'm part of it, we're Redonkulous Entertainment, and I think that's it for me.
Yeah. Okay. So we will catch you guys again on Thursday. We're going to be interviewing William Fax, who is a fashion designer. He's from the Maryland, Virginia area. So we'll be talking to him and see what he has coming up next.
And as far as the Ben Apples go, guys, we'll talk to you in about 5 minutes. I got to get all you guys stuff so I can get you guys shirt.
Yes.
All right.
Bye, you
So
all. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Get
Thank you
it.
for coming.
Yes. Thank you for being here. Bye, guys.
Okay. So who are we?
Ari.